This is Behind the Verdict. I'm John Horford with a very tan Myrene Cook and Christina Space Jam Horford.
How do you do?
I like that. Tan Myrene. Nice.
You're very tan right now. It's a good look.
I wish I could say it was a vacation, but I have not had one.
You're like, I've been forced to work in the sun, which is unfortunately something that lots of us have to do. Some people enjoy it. Some people don't enjoy it.
I enjoy the first couple hours, but after that, I'm like, okay, I'm done now.
Yeah. You know who would really appreciate that? Ghislaine Maxwell, probably. She would love to have the freedom to be able to go out and mow her lawn and tend to her garden. And
well, she shouldn't have been a criminal, and then she could have.
Don't traffic humans.
Exactly.
Also, she's in minimum security now, so she's probably gardening or doing
Definitely
some sort
playing
of
tennis.
I bet they do have more amenities because she
For
just
sure.
got moved.
She did. Was
Driving
that for
around.
her protection? Was that because of
They
some
don't
of...
for her
always tell you
silence.
why they move somebody. They just do.
And they did in this
And they
case.
did to Texas.
Speaking of weird things related to this case, and I'm going to seem like somebody with a... What?
I was just gonna say we're doing part 2 on Epstein. If you haven't,
Oh,
that
yeah.
up.
This is surprise. Part 2 of Jeffrey Epstein. If you didn't listen to part
Thank you,
1,
Christina.
go back, listen to that. We said we were going to do part 2 next. Here we are. If you've clicked on this to listen to it, and you can read, you've seen that it's part 2, but I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me honest. So
That's
I
a
have a little...
full-time job, isn't it?
It really is.
Sorry, I couldn't help
It
myself.
really
One
is.
little dig, John. One.
It's okay. I'm used to getting beat down. It builds character.
Hardly.
Wait.
It
Who
builds-
beats you down?
You, both of you.
When have we both beat you down?
Every day of my life.
That's crazy.
I
Every-
don't
every
think so.
day.
Christina, I don't think so. Do you?
No.
Every
Let's
day
take
of
a
my
vote.
life.
Did we do that?
2-1, we win.
2-1.
You
We win.
see,
This is proving his point a little bit.
No. You
No,
guys
it's
just
majority
keep
rules.
doing that.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
right. And you're the majority. You two are the majority always. So I have a little bit of a truth twitch. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
No. What's a truth twitch?
Is that man okay?
Better than okay. He's got the truth twitch. Right now, he's seeing the world as it truly is.
The truth twitch is when people start going down these rabbit holes and finding like the truth
From Reddit?
of the world, of a situation. They make jokes that a lot of X-Files fans, and all my graphic tees are either One Piece or X-Files pretty much, but I'm wearing the X-Files shirt. I have a bunch of people blowing me up after this first episode. They're like, you don't understand. Epstein was actually a secret CIA agent or potentially an agent for Mossad. And that's how he was protected for so long. That's how he was able to acquire the wealth that he did. So it has me searching for all of these answers to help corroborate these theories. And
What'd you find?
you know what I found?
What'd you find?
It doesn't seem like he was that at all. But
What a surprise.
it doesn't seem like that was the case. I'm sorry.
I think if
Primarily to Mitch and Colton.
I don't think there wouldn't be any documents, even if it was true. You know what I mean?
And that's
The
what they would say
CIA.
too.
Oh.
They'd be like, come on. Like, of course you're not going to find anything. Like the CIA has to cover their tracks.
Why-
Mossad
if they
has to
made
cover their
him
tracks.
disappear, don't you think they can make the documents disappear too?
And people would say that they have. Why haven't
Right.
they been released? Where are the videos? Where's all the evidence?
No, I mean the details on evidence about him being an operative. I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah,
there's
exactly.
nothing to find.
Yeah, there's nothing. So he is. And that'd be we're
what would his-
proving their point.
What would
think-
his purpose be? What secrets would he be able to give other than how much you can buy body oil in bulk? I mean, come on.
You're talking Diddy now.
No, I'm talking Epstein too. I mean, Epstein Island, you don't think they had a lot of that kind of stuff there?
So did Diddy get it from Epstein?
Probably.
Maybe. Did Diddy?
Was
Diddy on the list?
He's on the list. He's
See?
definitely on the list.
I don't know that he is. There's a
went
lot
down
of
there.
names that we listed in that last episode.
But we were focusing on more of not necessarily entertainers. We were focusing on politicians and other world leaders.
We
that
named a
kind
lot
thing.
of entertainers.
Well, we did a few, but I would have to say Diddy's got to be on that list, don't you think?
I don't know. Maybe they were into different things because Diddy, for all of his strangeness, he seemed to be more into male escorts having sex with him, well, his partners, or maybe him watching and then doing some other interesting things. He didn't really seem into the children
that we know of.
I think that might be like the one thing working in Diddy's favor now is that he liked adults.
That's a thumbs up.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
It's one kind of positive thing.
But you know what I think is a really good thing is that you actually researched it and looked to see whether Epstein was an operative, and you looked to see whether or not those theories could be substantiated. That's a good thing.
I mean, there were lots of articles. They weren't necessarily, and some of the people sent me articles, and they're not necessarily from the greatest sources in the world. Like, I feel like half of them were like daily news articles.
But sometimes they get it right.
Occasionally.
Sometimes TMZ gets it right first too.
Sure. They're trying to crack the story. I just don't think there's any proof. Like, there's lots of little rabbit holes that you can run down, and you can make assumptions that he may have been involved, and that's how he was protected for so long. That's why his prison sentence was so short. That's why so many people that were famous wanted to associate themselves with him for some reason.
I wouldn't know that though.
Even though people knew, they were just saying that he was. What was the draw for all of these people to continue to hang out with him? I mean,
he was a bazillionaire.
Even our beloved.
Have you been to the Virgin Islands? It's beautiful.
A
Free
private
flights?
island. Do what you want.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, clearly, people just love a free vacation, even if they can pay for it themselves.
And who knew? I mean, what kind of stuff might be in the rooms?
All of
as
these
like
people are
gifts?
rich. All these people on this list pretty much are rich.
Doesn't mean they still don't want free stuff.
It's true.
Yeah, but if you know that the person has a history.
What if you're a rich person and you're cheap?
Yeah, and a lot of them probably are. But to hang out with somebody that you know is into what Epstein's into. Even our magnificent 45th and 47th president. Over 400 pictures together. A decade plus of documented activity of these two just hanging out and gallivanting around the world.
So what we found, it really actually paints a portrait starting, as you said, in the 1980s up to the mid-2000s. It paints this portrait of a long, enduring friendship. I think there were several associates who have called them best friends. Epstein himself said that he was Donald Trump's closest friend for 10 years.
An invite to his wedding?
When was that, though?
An invite to his wedding, 80s, 90s, into the early 2000s.
Okay.
And then they had like a little spat.
Why are you looking at me?
Well, they had a little spat.
Over Virginia?
Virginia was part of the spat. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I did think that was weird. I was just, since we last recorded, I was just like researching this more, and Virginia Roberts, I don't know how to pronounce her married last name off the top of my head, but she was like the main girl who came forward and said she was abused by Epstein. She worked on his island as like a locker room attendant, and she was like the main girl that was blowing a whole case open, led the way for a lot of other victims to come forward, and she committed suicide in April this year. And Trump was on Air Force One and was asked about her, and he said that Epstein stole her from him. She used to work in the Mar-a-Lago spa, and then Ghislaine actually trafficked her and then took her to work for him down on the island. But Trump admitted to that, and I'm like, why was a 13-year-old girl working at Mar-a-Lago in the first place? You know what I mean?
She was only 13?
Yeah.
And a locker room attendant?
Yeah. She had a bad upbringing. She had like left home pretty young and was just a vulnerable kid, honestly. But I just thought that was like a weird thing to admit, that she was working for you as a 13-year-old at all, or a minor at all. And then she was abused by Prince Andrew and some French modeling agent that he also committed suicide. A lot of suicides going on in this ring.
Did she leave a note or anything?
I don't know if she did, actually. I didn't look that part up. But she had moved to Australia a few years back.
That's
Or
really
even-
sad. I mean, what do you think the reasoning is? That she just got tired of all of the attention, negative attention? Or do you think maybe she was afraid more was going to come out and it would be about her at that young age, where she couldn't have done anything? Clearly, I want to make sure this is clear. This was not her fault, but she felt something so strongly that she took her life. So I'm just kind of wondering what that
know.
was.
I mean, if you want my honest opinion, I don't know if she had ever accused Trump of harassing her or abusing her in any way, but the fact that she worked for him at such a young age in the spa, and when he became president again, that's like, if she was abused by him or just had any trauma linked to him, I feel like I understand how that could like send someone, him being like elected again and being like the most powerful man in the world that you have trauma linked to in some way. I don't know. That was my first thought.
I think certainly that could be one of them. I wonder if she was really afraid that the grand jury testimony would come out, because chances are she was one of the people who testified at that. And that testimony went on, from my understanding, for a very long time. So if she had testified and told all the things about all the people that she knew, maybe she was afraid that was coming out and what those people in powerful positions might do.
Do you think there was details in there that she hadn't, because she was such like a trailblazer for this case, do you think there were still details in the grand jury that she hadn't publicly said, probably, that she was afraid?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think we talked about this on so many different cases, starting all the way back with Bowman, but the media picks up on bits and pieces only, and it's a very small percentage of the entire story, of the entire statement or testimony, that I'm sure there was so much more than anybody knows.
Yep.
I mean, it was enough for those indictments, right?
So she did leave a note.
Oh,
Okay.
So her family discovered a handwritten message among her journal entries and writings after her passing, and in them, she implored survivors to unite in the fight for justice. The note said, "Mothers, fathers, sisters, and brothers need to show the battle lines are drawn and stand together to fight for the future of victims. Is protesting the answer? I don't know, but we've got to start somewhere." And her family really emphasized that this was not a suicide note, but rather a message of solidarity and encouragement found among her writings, like at the very, very end.
so no note, just
That's
journal.
very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, clearly related to the trauma that she experienced at the hands of Prince Andrew, the French modeling agent guy, and who knows how many other people. I'm trying to find how.
Yeah,
lived.
she's. You've probably seen the like infamous photo of her with Prince Andrew, and then Ghislaine's in the back, like hands crossed. I'm just like, ugh, ick.
Making sure she's doing what she's told.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yes, she also, her husband was extremely physically abusive, and there's some pictures that are popping up of her beat up pretty badly.
Oh, recent?
I'm assuming.
Yikes.
Yeah, additional context from her diary suggests she was grappling not only with trauma from her past, but also ongoing domestic abuse and isolation in her final months. The private journals, which were reported by people in the London Times, reveal that her husband, Robert, was increasingly controlling and allegedly physically abusive, including several incidents that left her hospitalized.
Damn.
Well, you know, that kind of behavior, seeking out someone like that, is a standard response when someone has trauma, and so much trauma so young, and it's sexually and physically abusive. I mean, she had that throughout her history, right? So when she sought out this spouse, maybe it started out differently and it morphed into that, or maybe it was that way right from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? A lot of people don't necessarily, a lot of abusive relationships don't start out as abusive. Someone who's filling a need, they seem really kind or caring, and a lot of times it's just obviously they're manipulating you, and even if you do everything that they want you to do.
Well, it might have started out controlling, and maybe she was seeking that out because she wanted someone to take care of her, like people had taken care of her poorly
Yeah.
obviously, but they had taken care of her, and so maybe that's what she sought, and this person got controlling right from the beginning. So
Yeah, I mean,
that is domestic violence too. It's just not as physical right
Yeah,
away.
the pictures are pretty brutal. She's like beat up.
Yikes.
So
I mean, that all makes sense then. Domestic abuse, the past trauma, and she was living in Australia, so isolated probably from most of her family here.
yeah,
Yeah. Jeez.
no, it's heartbreaking. Yeah, but I mean, who knows what other victims are experiencing?
Yeah.
But obviously, she feels that there are lots of them, and probably had relationships with lots of them that were around when she was around, and
Right.
you know, her final message is,
Stand up and speak out.
Yeah.
yeah, which is hard to do
And
sometimes.
she was like one of the first ones to do it, and loudly, you know, against a really powerful person.
So I know that since our first episode, a couple things happened. We talked briefly about Maxwell getting moved to a different prison in Texas. But it also came out that the courts decided they will not unseal the grand jury testimony, even though people are calling for it and calling for transparency and all the things. I didn't see the full-out decision as to what the court basically hung their hat on as far as reasoning goes. My guess is going to be safety and security, and also now I can't think of the word I want, which is really bad, but usually I can. But they won't unseal any of that testimony.
Yeah, I'm seeing that the judge, Paul Engelmeyer, overseeing the Maxwell case, he reviewed the transcripts in private and found they revealed nothing new or consequential. No names beyond Epstein and Maxwell, no clients identified, no fresh insight into finances, trafficking methods, or Epstein's own death. Thus, he deemed that unsealing would not serve the public interest. Do you buy that?
No.
No.
No names besides.
That's so
Epstein and
strange, though, for him
Maxwell.
to. So, is he protecting our beloved president?
I don't think it's all about Trump. I mean, there's a lot of
He's
people.
the president.
I get that, but it's not all about him. He wasn't the only person who went to Epstein Island who might be powerful.
He's the president of the United States currently. So here's another. So this is my my full truth itch. I didn't get to truth twitch. Sorry, Twitchers or tweakers or whatever.
Twitchers.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Tweakers are a different episode.
I don't know. Yeah, sorry. No drugs. No drugs. Our posts on TikTok. Not saying like, oh, we get like decent engagement on TikTok, right? And we had been on a streak where all of our videos were getting like on the low side 1,000+ views and like a pretty good engagement and stuff like that, up to like, 10,000+, like somewhere in that range. So decently solid for an account of our size right now. And then I post 3 Epstein videos in a row that mention Epstein by name. All of them in the first like 10 minutes go up, get like, around like 20 likes, like just under 20 probably, in like within 5, 10, 15 minutes. So I'm like, okay, these are tracking really well. And the views get up to like 290 something. Like, oh, these videos are going to go, because there are just signs sometimes of if a video is going to get like pretty good engagement or if it's going to be a dud. And then they all just cut flat. No more engagement. There's one of them that has like 20 comments on it too. So it's just like you're getting a bunch of engagement from like a small amount of people, but for some reason the government or TikTok or someone, there's something weird. I'm telling you.
You think it's a conspiracy?
It's okay. But then we tested it because Christina's like, well, test it this way. Post a video about Epstein, but don't say Epstein.
No.
Don't say Trump. Don't put anything related to them in the video. And I did that. That video has like 100 comments. I just posted it last night. It has like 100 comments on it. It has a few thousand views. Like, it's doing really, really well.
So do you think there's a government filter out there somewhere?
I think there's a TikTok filter or something. Anything related to Epstein, I think they're slowing down kind of, especially if it's like in the initial part. Because the only other videos I've seen of Epstein, on my timeline, and I've been putting Epstein on obviously 3 of the last 4 videos, was a video, but the video was in the first like few seconds, it's like a girl twerking, and then it's a guy who comes on after and he just starts talking about Epstein real quick, and then like this, and then he like stops talking. So I think they didn't remove that video because in those first like few seconds, it's like, oh, this is just a stupid like whatever dance video. But then it wasn't. It was an Epstein video. But the guy used the dance to try to like bypass whatever filters on there. So that's my truth itch twitch moment. I was like, this is strange.
Yeah.
And then for that 4th video to
I didn't tell you to not mention them at all. You could still say his name. I was
you
saying
said
don't
misspell
spell
it. You said misspell it, or
because that's what it does. It looked like
yeah, but I think that's irrelevant.
no, but okay.
Hey,
I was saying just you can say his name, but I don't know if I think it's the text.
But I didn't do any of it. I just removed him or any mention of Trump or anyone else completely, and the video is doing really well.
Well, we'll
on
see after
TikTok.
this episode.
Wow.
Yeah, just go look at the TikTok videos. If you follow us on TikTok, go look at it. I'm not crazy.
Okay,
Well,
now
I'm a little crazy.
a little bit, but I want to talk about what did Ghislaine Maxwell tell Todd Blanche in her 9 hours of testimony that is also people have been trying to get released, and
That won't be released anytime soon.
of
It
course,
won't.
in 50 years.
No, I mean, it's an ongoing investigation. I would do that on any case that's currently open, that's ongoing. I wouldn't allow any of that to be released now either.
But then same for the grand jury testimony, or why is that different?
Because that has concluded to some degree, right? She's convicted.
Yeah.
But we don't know in that grand jury testimony, is it ongoing as to other people? Now, I know the judge said it wasn't, but I'm not saying that that's necessarily accurate.
Would you guys like to know what else the judge said?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Irene, you don't seem happy about this.
Tell
us. I don't know. I have no idea what
you
you're
seem
gonna
all
say.
excited, so tell us.
No, I just wanted to know if you guys don't want to know what else the judge said. I don't have to say anything.
Oh my God, say it, John. You're
Okay.
killing me.
One, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right, but it looks like Engelmeyer. Judge Engelmeyer strongly suggested the push to unseal documents may have been more about creating the appearance of transparency rather than offering genuine disclosure. He termed the government's rationale demonstrably false and possibly a distraction, not meaningful transparency.
So
that's just a lot of words.
I was going to say, I don't know what you just said.
It's a lot of words that don't mean a whole lot, but it's trying to make it seem like I'm doing the right thing. I don't know about you guys.
He's just saying there's nothing there, essentially. He's like, there's nothing there, and they're trying to say that there may be something there. But I promise you, there's not, and it's just a distraction right now. What's a distraction from?
Who knows?
I'm not 100% sure.
Do you know what's another distraction? The video of the orange figure.
Is that a distraction, though?
Well,
that's actually really...
It's a big conspiracy thing going on right now, right?
Yeah, so go ahead, Myrene. Tell everyone what it means, or what you think it means, what experts think it means.
So just to back up for a second. So the night Epstein died, we know the guards fell asleep. They weren't at their post. And suddenly the video doesn't show all the things the video is supposed to show. And it does appear somewhat to be doctored or fixed or edited, right? But CBS News had analysts, forensic analysts, look at that video, and they can see an orange figure going up to the stairs that would go to where Epstein was housed in his cell, right around 10:40 p.m., which is shortly before he was found dead in his cell. The investigators tried to state that it was a jail guard or person from the jail taking linens and towels and things upstairs to those cells. Why would the guard be wearing orange? The guards' uniforms were not orange. Who wears orange?
But they argued that the
Inmates.
guards were carrying the orange jumpsuits for the prisoners, and that's what people were confusing.
But it's
You can tell
orange
if
all the
they're-
way down to their legs.
Right. I was going to say, you can tell
They're
probably.
not carrying something at their knee level.
Did you see the video? Did
I'm
you watch
just,
it?
I'm just saying that's what was being argued.
And if that's the case, then why is it edited? Why can't you see the face of Joe or Jill Smith taking stuff up there because
Right.
they work for the prison?
Yeah,
That's not
multiple.
weird.
Yeah, the FBI came out and also, I mean, this isn't a secret. They've said that multiple minutes of the videos related to the Epstein case have been removed and that other parts of it have been doctored. So,
and CBS News put that out, that they had multiple experts looking at it, and they concluded that it appeared to be somebody wearing an orange jumpsuit.
and what kind of person would have the power to make this happen?
Any of the rich people on that damn list.
But who has the most power to make this happen?
It is not
and it's also
just Trump.
coincidentally orange.
Come on, this is not all about him.
No, I'll be honest.
I think Trump is deeply involved. Let me find some quotes between him and his boy Epstein.
So how do you know this?
That was close to straight. 10 years.
I do think he is involved, but I'm with you. I think it's a lot of other rich people that have the power to do that too. But I just think he has the most at this point in time. You know what I mean? Just for...
Well, I mean, when you look back at things in history like JFK's assassination, right? There's all the theories that the CIA was involved in that.
You're obsessed with CSI Miami.
I was just looking at you, John, and all I
You
could
are
think of
just
was
obsessed.
CSI Miami. But the CIA was involved in a lot of different things, right? They were involved in the Bay of Pigs and other things that we have no idea about. Is it possible they got involved to hide something? Who knows?
Okay, then it just goes back to
'Cause
him
that goes-
being a rogue agent
Right.
for the CIA and them
So
just being like,
potentially-
we got to take this guy out. He's one of our assets.
And
he's messing up.
Messing up.
Yeah, and he would be a great
So
asset.
silence him.
He'd be a great asset because he has access to all of these rich and powerful people, and he gets them in vulnerable states. So then you also have evidence over them.
Right.
Like, oh well, I remember what you did down at, the island.
Yeah.
Like,
And
play ball with me, and
We also
my
know
buddy's
that
here. We'll
the
be
CIA
good.
sometimes does things rogue and on their own. It doesn't necessarily come from presidential orders. So could Trump be involved? Perhaps. Is it possible he's not and someone else did this like the CIA or somebody else? Perhaps.
But just the fact that he went to the island multiple times, invited him to the wedding, over 400 pictures of them together, hanging out.
In the
Oh,
80s, the
and
90s,
wait, okay, wait, no.
2000s.
Wait.
But that's a long time of
Wait,
being friends.
last thing. So his 18-year Epstein's butler of 18 years on the island told Telegraph that after Trump was elected, or right before he took office, he told Epstein he was going to make a place in his cabinet for Epstein. So I'm just gonna leave that.
I believe it. Epstein referred to Trump as his, for a number of years before they had their falling out. He said he was my best friend. Like we were best friends.
Maybe they were.
And maybe they were, but you think he just started liking little girls like in the mid 2000s? I'm not buying that. And Trump has his history. Well, both of them, but Trump has his history that's very, very clear.
I moved on her like a bitch, but I couldn't get there, and she was married. And all of a sudden, I see her. She's now got the big phony tits and everything. She's totally changed her look. I better use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything.
We can talk about all of that someday.
I do want to circle back to Ghislaine and why she was moved to a minimum security prison. What do you think she could have provided them that was worth more freedom?
Moving her to a different prison and giving her a little bit more freedom in that prison really doesn't hurt the government a whole heck of a lot, right? I mean, she's imprisoned, so she gets a little bit better, not necessarily benefits, but she can do a few more things. Maybe it's a little more time to go outside or...
But why do that for somebody who...
Because she talked with them for 9 hours. That could have been a caveat right at the beginning. Her attorneys could have been savvy enough to say, we'll talk to you. We're not going to tell you what we're going to say yet, but right off the bat, you're going to move us. So that's like
You have to
caveat
move her.
one.
Yeah. So you're saying that those types of deals, would you make a deal like that?
No.
Okay.
Right,
So
you got to know what kind of
I mean it.
information she's going to offer.
they came in and were like, if you move Ghislaine to a prison that has tennis and kombucha making,
Yeah, but you know what? She didn't want to be moved to a prison to give all the details. She wants her sentence reduced to give all the details. So maybe it was the beginning of that agreement. I'll talk to you for a whole long time, and it turned out to be 9 hours. And that beginning caveat, that first carrot they dangled in front of her was, we'll move you to minimum security. And then if some maybe of the things you say check out, then maybe we'll do something more later.
But none of those things are apparently in these grand jury documents that the judge was like, there's nothing here.
Did she testify at the grand jury? Or were they testifying against her? Because if she's the defendant, she's not going to testify.
Oh, yeah. She's probably the defendant.
Right? She's not going to say anything. Her lawyers wouldn't let her.
Were they being tried together before he died?
They might not have been being tried together, but they may have taken the grand jury testimony and applied it in 2 cases. So the cases may not have been joined. That would be the legal phrase as of yet, but maybe that was something they were looking at. I don't know. I didn't look into that legality.
There's a few things that we got to circle back and touch on. And I know we brought this up in the first episode, but is it even possible to hang yourself in the type of cell that Epstein was in? I tried to look into it more, and it didn't seem, they made it seem like he hung himself from the bed using a sheet. But then medical examiners...
I thought it was an orange scrap of fabric.
Was it? I thought it was a sheet.
I don't know.
So if medical examiners say it's suicide, but there was the broken hyoid bone, and then obviously the footage is doctored, all of that. The 2 guards were asleep. The cameras are offline. There's just so many different things going on.
He was just taken off suicide watch and
Yes.
nobody was paying attention.
Exactly.
He didn't have a cellmate, even though he was supposed to.
No
Crazy.
way that this wasn't the higher powers, whoever that is. It doesn't have to be 45 or 47.
There is a conspiracy here.
Yeah, it could be the CIA. It
I
could
think
be
somebody
someone.
did it.
Yes.
I think somebody did it.
But to have that level of influence, to be able to go into a prison system like this and basically just do whatever you want, that's a crazy high level of influence. We're talking head of the FBI, head of the CIA, head of the United States of America. Seriously.
I know.
It's a
I'm
lot of
with
different
you.
people.
I'm with you.
I do
I'm
think
with you.
somebody did that. I don't think he did it on his own because you know what? Quite honestly, I think he was a very vain person. I mean, obviously, right? And I think he thought way too much of himself.
He probably thought he'd get off.
Yeah, I think he probably did because what happened earlier when he was convicted years before, he got a slap
He
on
went
the wrist
home.
and he got work release. I mean, he's not going to think anything bad's going to happen to him. He's going to get another deal and he's going to walk out and have work release or whatever else he might get. So I think he was way too vain to take his own life. I think somebody did that to him.
But he had tried to kill himself earlier, though.
Did he? I know that's what they claim.
You think that they just failed in killing him? And the first thing...
Did
if
somebody
you
see
survive,
that he tried to do something to himself?
But if you survive trying to, hang yourself the first time, or, scrap that. If you survive someone trying to suffocate you or choke you out or kill you the first time, and then there's like 2 weeks between that and you being murdered, you're talking to your lawyer every day. You're not going to tell them, dude, someone literally just tried to kill me. Get me out of here. Like, not removed or extra protection or something.
But here's the thing. Do we know for sure there was an actual prior suicide attempt?
Yes.
How?
It's documented.
Oh, and documents can't be doctored?
She has the truth twitch. Look at the twitch.
See?
Look at the twitch.
See?
She has the truth twitch.
My point is maybe he didn't try to kill himself. It was part of the whole conspiracy and setup. It makes it seem more plausible that he didn't succeed the first time. So, oh my God, look, a couple weeks later, he succeeded this time because he knew what he didn't do the right way the first time. Somebody's going to write that report and make it seem like he did that.
Someone's fist pumping right now listening to this.
I
They're like,
know.
yes, you get it now.
That does make sense. I haven't thought about that.
Yeah, it's...
It
People say
corroborates.
nice things about me now because I actually see it. I see the
it's
conspiracy.
all a lie.
I think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie? You don't think he ever tried to commit suicide?
I don't.
That wasn't true.
I don't.
They use that as an excuse for why he was... Well, I guess that's a bad excuse for why he was isolated.
What else do we have on this?
Why the documents are still sealed, who was he working with or working for?
We will never know all of that, I don't think. I really don't think we
Ghislaine
will.
has to know all of it.
She probably
I
does,
feel like she
but
knows
you know what?
everything.
You know
she
what?
also knows that Epstein was killed in custody. You think she's going to say all the things? The people are going to be pissed at her too.
Yeah.
You don't think that's a little self-preservation on her part? I'll tell you some things about these celebrities or these dignitaries, but I'm not telling you shit about the person who actually I should tell you shit about because they killed him and they're going to kill me too. Twitch.
Yeah. She should do it for the world. She should do it for the victims. She should do it as penance for what she did.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of things people like that should do for penance, but they don't. It's about self-preservation a lot of the time.
What is there to preserve anymore? You're whatever.
Well, she's probably vain too. She doesn't want to die.
Sure.
I know that sounds harsh and kind of cold, but this is a person who was procuring young girls for sex trafficking.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
do
have
you
no
think she
moral
really
compass.
had a moral compass or a soul at
No.
that point?
I know.
Valid.
And Trump just won't stop hanging out with him.
Oh, for the love of
And
God, would you
Ghislaine.
stop on the Trump angle?
I can't.
You
It's the
can.
most important angle we have.
It is an angle, but
It
it's
is
not the only. It is not
angle.
the
He's
only
the president, and he said Jeffrey Epstein was a terrific guy. And they even say that he has a taste in women like I do. Trump said
Love
that.
beautiful women.
When did he say that?
Tell me about it. And the lights on the speakerphone, listening, down and said, you know, I know you, well, I think you're really hot. And I know you think you're a guy. Michael is like the end of the world, the best guy on earth. He will be married to. You're wrong.
That's quoted.
That is-
No,
quote.
when?
Oh, I don't know.
80s, 90s?
No, probably like late
2000s?
90s, maybe early 2000s. But again,
Let me ask
there's
you a question real quick.
long history.
Let me ask you a question real quick.
I would love questions.
Is there shit maybe you said back when you were a lot younger? Let's call it maybe 3 decades ago, 2 decades ago. You're not
I
that
wasn't
old.
born 3 decades ago. I was-
A while ago, John, half your life ago, that you said that you look back on now and you cringe going, shit, I should not have said that. That does not sound like me. I am a different person. I'm changed. Yes or no? It's a yes or no question.
all the time.
Okay. So I think you have to give that same level of deference to other people, whether you like Trump or not. Maybe he said shit he shouldn't have said. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I'm not necessarily agreeing one way or the other. But I think we all would say, looking back at our lives, we said or did things maybe we shouldn't have done.
Yeah. But
We're all not the
Trump-
president of the United States.
but I mean,
How many presidents do you think could say that, though? I mean, and I'm not
Oh,
picking on Republicans. There's Democrats who did shit, too.
For sure.
Right.
I'm
yeah,
not-
but he's been found liable for rape in court.
A federal jury found Donald Trump liable for the sexual abuse and defamation of writer E. Jean Carroll and ordered him to pay $5 million in damages.
The rape is different.
Coercive.
consensual.
According to Lewinsky, it was coercive.
I mean, there's a power dynamic for sure, but I still think in the moment, consent is
Not
Consent.
according to the definition of force and coercion.
Yeah, but the Trump stuff is way more severe, and there's way more people, way more women who have accused him.
What about Kennedy?
Kennedy, I mean, women seem to love the guy,
Kennedy. Who? Which
Yeah.
one?
John.
John Kennedy. Is that JFK?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes.
You guys, I was.
I mean, there's
not born,
conspiracies
okay?
swirling around some of the people that he was rumored to have affairs with. Marilyn Monroe came up dead, and that was really a big conspiracy theory.
Yeah, but she had a lot of demons.
So you don't want to hear about anybody else
Oh,
having the potential
trust me,
issue.
I know all about him. Harding and his secret daughter, and LBJ going around and whipping his dick out for everybody in the world to see. Like
Thomas Jefferson and his
his
children with
slave
slaves.
children, all that stuff. Yeah, I'm well aware.
I'm
But
just
Trump's
trying
the
to say,
president now,
I
and 30
understand.
women have come out and said, this dude raped me. This dude sexually assaulted me. And people are just like,
He says
but he
silly shit.
sounds like my uncle. But, he makes me feel like an American. Like, oh, great. That's amazing. But at the end of the day, the dude is He has a history of being a scumbag.
Okay, but this episode is about Epstein.
It is.
It's not about
Trump.
Trump.
It is. But when you have a history of certain types of behaviors, and then you also hang out with people who have a history of certain types of behaviors, and you hang out for an extended period of time over the course of over a decade, I mean, from the 80s to the 90s to the early 2000s.
And what year is it now?
It doesn't matter what year it is now.
It does matter. I think we're focused. I think we're going down a Trump rabbit hole, and it's not all about Trump. That's all I'm saying.
I promise you.
I don't think you're hearing me.
I'm hearing you, but you're just always so defensive of Trump. It's just,
no, I'm trying to play both sides, and there are both sides to this equation.
If this was President Obama, people, I mean, they
I'd be
he'd
saying
be dead.
the same thing
He
about
would be dead.
Obama.
He would be.
He'd be dead already.
I mean, he had the audacity to,
wear a tan suit.
Grey Poupon, tan suit. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Healthcare for people.
Goodness.
You animal.
We're getting into politics and away from Epstein.
Sorry. All
But
right.
it matters because Donald Trump has a history of making comments and obviously of assaulting women.
But we've heard this, and we're focusing on Epstein.
And Epstein has a history of similar things, and Epstein ended up dead. And there's weird things going on with these documents, and film is being doctored within the prison. And even you said that it's very likely that he was murdered. To think that someone like Donald Trump doesn't have the power and the influence to pull that off, you're kidding yourself.
I think there are many people that have the power to pull that off. I'm not saying he's not one. I'm saying he's not the only one. And that's what I want you to acknowledge.
But he's
not the only one.
He's the one with
acknowledge
a very clear,
he's not the only one.
But he's the one with a very clear history with this individual. Show me the head of the CIA or the FBI
And you know
that
what?
has
There's probably
a close
documents out
history.
there that are sealed right now with the grand jury testimony that show other people who had been so involved with him and have power and all the things. I heard recently that the Trump White House wanted that testimony released. They did. They came out and said they did.
Of course they did.
And then they know the judge is going to block it.
They want it.
All right.
And then he's calling him. He's like, Judge, he's like, you know what to do. He's like, I got you, Donnie. And
well, there's also
what?
there's a reason that the Biden administration didn't release the grand jury testimony, which that might not be like the smoking gun for this case anyways against Trump. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah, Biden's administration went and researched all of this and investigated it and looked into Epstein's death, and they didn't find anything. So it's not necessarily a presidential thing. Maybe it was something deeper than the presidency.
But again, who has the influence to pull something like that off?
and he was president at the time.
And he was president at
death,
exactly.
yes.
I mean, it's so clear.
There's a lot of coincidence.
It's not clear. It's not clear necessarily that he's the one who 100% pulled it off, but it's so clear that it's within the realm of possibility. And
Correct.
if someone who was looking at this case in an unbiased way was genuinely honest with themselves, they could be like, okay, if I had to pick one person, gun to my head, who most likely helped to pull this off, to doctor the evidence, and to get this man murdered, Donald J. Trump.
And that is your own opinion. And all I'm saying is there are plenty of other people with power that you have no idea that have that much power that are out there and potentially could have been the same damn thing.
Yeah, they're all on the same team. They're all, you know what I mean? They're all uniting.
They might be on the same team.
Of course.
But one of them was best friends with him. But I mean, whatever. It doesn't
oh
matter.
my gosh.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Whatever. We can do whatever we want now in America.
I think that's a good place to end this because I don't know what else we have to mention.
If you have evidence, send it in. More articles. We'll try to look at them in an unbiased way. I swear to God, one day I'm going to get Myrene to admit that Trump isn't a perfect person.
I never said he was perfect. Let me clarify that before we end this episode. I said he could be one of the sources, but he's not the only one. All I'm trying to get you to do is look at one other direction, but you have blinders on and you're only looking one way.
I look in many directions. I'm just saying, until someone better pops onto the radar, this guy makes a lot of sense. the person that he's friends with, the person that he had a relationship with over 3 decades, the person that has been to the island, the person that also loves women, and when you're famous, you can grab them by the pussy, and has 30 women who have come out and said you raped or sexually assaulted me, and has said, God, my daughter's so sexy. If she,
Okay,
look
that's
at
not
her.
a direct quote, but
Okay.
Ivanka would do that inside the magazine, although she does have a very nice figure. I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know.
Stop it! Oh, it's so...
World, according to everybody, and I helped create her.
Who?
Ivanka. My daughter,
is.
Ivanka.
Yeah.
She's 6 feet tall. She's got the best body. Yeah, she's hot.
Okay.
Pretty damn close. I mean, it's just like,
The
how many
point
red
is-
flags do you want?
Oh my God! The point is, it could be, but there are other people too. All you
And he
need
was
to do is
president,
just
and he was
admit
president
that.
at the time of it happening.
You
I will
won't
agree
even
with that.
admit
There's other people
I
that
have
could
admitted that
be-
many
No, but
times.
every
Of course
time
it
you
could
stop.
be.
Yeah.
Trump is
I agree.
number one.
Thank you, Christina. I appreciate that.
I promise
You agree with that too, though.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
There
but
you go.
Trump,
That's all you gotta say.
But he keeps going.
Trump is the number one suspect.
I-
And he's
babe,
the
I
president.
know,
It's just
I
a big
know.
deal. And
It is a
people,
big deal.
People just let this guy do whatever he wants. It's gonna be the shame of America someday. Genuinely. It's pathetic.
I'm with you.
It's going to be the shame of America. You just let this guy do whatever he wants. At least do it in like the way that they used to do it when they were presidents, and make it seem classy and well spoken.
Oh my God.
He just goes out and does it like a freaking
And they love
modern
him
day
for it.
and they freaking love it and they applaud him. It's like the end of Rome. It's crazy.
It is crazy. But if you
If
have
you,
other
if
ideas,
you have evidence, if you have articles, if you have anything related to this case that we're just overlooking and, should have hit on, please let us know. Send it in. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Send it over. We'll do our best to get to it. And also, I want to say this real quick. I know that a bunch of people, because we've always asked, it's more in the beginning, for people to send in case suggestions. We've gotten a lot of case suggestions. We have a long list that we're working through. We're going to get to all of the case suggestions that we've gotten. And a lot of them are like obscure cases that a lot of people have not heard of. Or I definitely hadn't heard of them. So we will get to those eventually. I promise you. We're just working through our already existing list.
so let us know what you think. Let us know there's more than one side to a story, and that there are potentially multiple people who could have been involved in this. That's what we're looking for.
But I'm going to bet my life that it was Donald Day and Jay Trout.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for listening. We really appreciate you all. And if you feel like the podcast is decent, go and give us a rating, leave us a review, and tell Myrene she's a liberal.
Talk to us about what you think is going on. Tell John he needs to listen a little bit better, because I've never been liberal, and he knows it. He just likes to throw it out there to try to get people to be upset about things. But we appreciate you listening. Keep doing that for us.
You can find us wherever you listen to podcasts. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.